Today's story begins, the way of the cross began in a garden. And so here I am in my garden, and I've made this cross out of twigs as a reminder of something really important that happened a long time ago, which we remember especially on Good Friday every year. You might have heard me tell the story of Dave the donkey, which reminds us of when Jesus came into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday riding on a donkey. That was the beginning of the week before he died. But now we meet Jesus again a few days later, and he's feeling very sad. The way of the cross began in a garden. Jesus prayed and prayed while his friends slept. One friend had not been praying or dreaming. Judas had been plotting and scheming. He led the guards to grab Jesus. They dragged him before the chief priests and the Bible experts. "Are you the Son of God?" asked the experts. Meanwhile, Jesus' friend Peter joined the crowd in the courtyard. "Are you a friend of Jesus?" asked a girl. "No," said Peter, "Jesus is not my friend." And then the cockerel crowed. The priests delivered Jesus to the Roman ruler Pilate. "He's no king," cried the crowd. "Send him to the cross." "He's no criminal," whispered Pilate's wife. "Let him leave." "Are you the king of the Jews?" asked Pilate. "If you say so," replied Jesus. But Pilate kept asking questions, but Jesus gave him no answers. Pilate gave up on his questions and handed Jesus to the soldiers. The soldiers wrapped Jesus in a royal robe and placed a crown upon his head. The crown was made from spikes and thorns. "Hooray for the king!" laughed the soldiers. Then Jesus carried the cross. Simon from Cyrene was passing by. The soldiers stopped him and forced Simon to help Jesus carry the cross. The women of Jerusalem gathered to comfort Jesus. Jesus could not comfort the women of Jerusalem. Jesus was hung upon the cross. "Jesus, remember me when you enter your kingdom," said the criminal. "Soon we will stand together in the king's garden," promised Jesus. Jesus looked down from the cross and saw two people that he loved, two people that loved him. He said to Mary, his mother, "Woman, John is now your son." He said to John, "My friend, here is your mother." From that day on, Mary lived in John's home. Jesus died on the cross. Joseph from Arimathea and Nicodemus, the Pharisee, took the body of their friend Jesus. They wrapped him in a linen cloth and placed him in a garden tomb. The tomb was sealed with a heavy stone. The way of the cross led to the tomb. But this story has not ended. It has just begun. Something very sad happened to Jesus that day. He was punished and he died, even though he'd done nothing wrong. But there are good things which can come out of Good Friday. Jesus died on the cross so that God can forgive us when we say sorry to him for the wrong things that we do. The good news about Good Friday is that God has forgiven us. I'm going to say a prayer and there'll be some more pictures on the screen as we think about this truth. Lord Jesus, Good Friday, it happened. Tears and sorrow in the garden, a betrayal with a kiss, soldiers, swords and clubs, friends fleeing, fiery priests, finicky scribes, truths, half-truths, lies, then fists. Cool Pilate, fearful Pilate, wash your hands, Pilate, we don't want this to spread, Pilate. Crown of thorns, heavy cross, women weep, soldiers mock. Nail, nail, king in the sky. outstretched hands, empty hands, yet you give. To the thief, paradise. To your mother, a son. To all on earth, forgiveness. Then it happened. You breathed. You breathed your last. Death, soldier, darkness, brave friends, tomb. Our story ended by saying that it wasn't really the end, but only the beginning. I wonder if you know what happened next in the story. What happened 3 days after Jesus died? Well, the chocolate eggs, a bit like this one, that we enjoy on Easter morning are reminders of what happened. Eggs are signs of new life, and there was new life, resurrection life on Easter Day when Jesus came back to life. And he's still alive today. He's living in my heart and in your heart too, if you believe in him. Closer to us than even our family or our friends. So that's what we celebrate at Easter time. Jesus is alive. Thank you for watching this.